Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another best of 3 here in the Kings of Dota League Season 3 qualifiers. This will be Union Gaming Bolivia up against Crossover Gaming. It was a bit of a wait to get in here, as both teams did have some issues connecting. Unfortunately, the Dota 2 coordinator did crash while we were trying to get into the game, but... well, that's all over and done with, and we're well into the draft. I'm Sindar, bringing you your English coverage for the day. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll hop right into the analysis. So it looks like Crossover Gaming banning both the Slark and the Slaughter out first pick. This is not bans that you would normally see this early on, and maybe Crossover just have a bit of a hate on for the poor fish people, but Slark first ban. A hero who can really take over a game if he does get out of control, but also a hero that can be counterable if it's picked up early. So that first pick ban a little confusing to me, but either way, Union Gaming won't have that option. They'll go for an Alchemist Vengeful Spirit first two. And Crossover immediately replied with their Shadow Shaman. So 2 support heroes picked up in the first phase, and both revealing this support duo early on does make things a little easier for Union Gaming to draft. You do know exactly how the lanes are going to be. Disruptor, Shadow Shaman, not the strongest laners in the world. Both fairly squishy, both gankable, both not a whole lot of mobility. Now, they do have some really nice catch tools. If this is a defensive tri-lane, then Union Gaming's offlaner is going to have to play very, very carefully. In fact, they may consider just picking someone who can Iron Talon jungle and not even bother going to the lane, because Shackle followed up by a Glimpse, I mean, good luck surviving through that. So they could also potentially look at running an aggressive try, but that is inherently risky, and because these heroes are so squishy, it can get turned around on you fairly easily. So if you give up kills in your aggressive try lane, then you've basically lost the game at that point. Now, Omni Storm bans from Crossover. Either they've seen a bunch of Union games that I have not, but this is a very strange banning phase from Crossover. They may have some specific idea of what they want to do here. We'll have to wait and see, but Union Gaming, a bit more of a standard, I want to say, draft, as they've gone back for the Darkseer for their offlane. A hero that is a little risky to pick up into a Disruptor, because that Surge does not save you, or does not guarantee your survival in the lane, but he is a hero who can jungle quite effectively, so if things don't go well for him early, he can always just back off, farm up, and will get his levels and gold.
5 seconds remaining.
By the way, guys, if the sound levels need to be adjusted, if I need to turn my mic down or up, please let me know in chat. That would be much appreciated. So I didn't get much of a chance to test it before the game started, but Juggernaut will be the choice for Crossover.
10 seconds remaining.
And a hero who is
5 seconds remaining.
Nice and aggressive, does not going to be too scared by heroes like Earth Spirit, as he does have the spin to get out of trouble if necessary, but an Earth Spirit silence can mess him up, and he is not... he scales quite late, but not so much against an Alchemist. Omni Slash, the Chemical Rage, will heal up quite a bit. It isn't a guaranteed kill. But it looks to me like this could be the beginnings of a pushing draft from Crossover. They've got the Juggernaut Healing Ward, you've got Shadow Shaman wards as well, and the Disruptor hero who does want to be playing from ahead. So if you have that Static Storm, that Glimpse available as a threat, and they'll go for a Night Stalker, probably for their off lane, although it could be run as mid. But another hero who's going to want to get stuff done early, and this actually could be an aggressive try. Night Stalker, Disruptor, Shadow Shaman, that could be very scary. And then the Juggernaut picked up as a hero who can solo lane against the Darkseer, although it's not going to be fun for him with the Ion Shell spam, but he's got spin, he's got Healing Ward. It is doable for your Juggernaut player. But UG have yet to reveal their safe lane farmer, as this Alchemist will almost certainly be in the mid lane.
Reserve time.
And the last band of the Spectre there for Crossover. Invoker taken out by UG. I'm not sure Invoker is the mid that Crossover are looking for here. With the lineup they've picked up, I'm kind of expecting to see something a little more early focused. I mean, if they want to get really crazy, you could potentially see a Pugna here.
5 seconds remaining.
Although he is vulnerable in lane, especially when you've got heroes like Earth Spirit who can roam in on you. Dragon Knight, another potential option. He has not been banned out. Would pair really well with the pushing power that they've already got going on. Nice tanky hero. Can do well against Alchemist in lane. And can survive potential roams onto mid by Earthshaker, or Earth Spirit rather, and Vengeful Spirit, thanks to that innate tankiness and high armor. They're really thinking about this one though. So that makes me wonder if Invoker was what they were looking to go for. And really taking their time here. If you're curious, Union Gaming, the reason why their reserve time is so low is because they had a penalty in the lobby for coming in so late. And so the Lina Puck final 2 picks, Lina, I'm not so sure about. I mean, Crossover, you've got a lot of very squishy heroes on the field. And so is this Alchemist going to be run mid with the Puck in the safe lane, or is it vice versa? If they're expecting an aggressive try out of Crossover Gaming here, then the Puck could be a nice hero to have in the safe lane, very escapable. As we'll have the customary instant DC, level 1. But yeah, so with the Puck picked up, I think I do have to favor Union Gaming's draft here a little bit. They've got some nice teamfight synergy with the Vac Wall into Magnetize, into Puck Coil. They've got the Alchemist to take them into the late game. The only downside is they are running kind of a single core. That's not something you see a lot anymore these days, as Crossover Gaming have a more standard 3-core kind of setup, as the Lina can certainly turn into a right-clicker late, as can the Night Stalker, if they get enough farm. So if the Alchemist gets shut down really, really hard, then Crossover Gaming can take it late, but whether they can do that or not is going to be the question of the first 10 minutes. So, guys, as we're just waiting for things to get started, once again, welcome in to, this is game 1 of a best of 3 between Crossover Gaming and Union Gaming here in best of 3 for the qualifiers of the Kings of Dota League Season 3. I'm Sindar with your English coverage, and we'll go ahead and introduce the teams. It'll be CGO on the offlane Night Stalker, G on this Shadow Shaman, Aoki will be playing the Disruptor, Didima on the mid Lina, and that finally leaves June on that safe lane, presumably Juggernaut. And on the dire side, it'll be Yefets playing the Vengeful Spirit, Black Star on the Darkseer, Atliob on the Earth Spirit, it'll be Stand-In, Mr. Stand-In on the Puck, and the Bestia player on the Alchemist. And we may be looking at an early smoke as Atliob picks one up. And they could 5-man rotate into the enemy jungle. That may be their play. Not looking like it right now. They maybe discussed it, but same time, Crossover rolling out as 4 for now. And June just trying to spot the early ward placement potentially. Being pinged by his team. Don't know what's going on here. And no smoke, but all the heroes rotating around to this bot lane area. We could be looking at an early clash here as Atliab walking up the hill into the jungle, but he'll be spotted out instantly. Goes for the roll away, but the shackle's there from G. And a nice sunstrike, or sunray, light strike array from Lina finishes it off. So first blood drawn by Aoki. And a nice start for Crossover Gaming. They were ready for that invade. The ward still did get planted though, and it doesn't look like they necessarily spotted it. Oh, even if they did, they don't have any sentries, so maybe they did spot it, and the sentries will be coming out on courier shortly, but that remains to be seen. And now we're going to see how these teams do want to lane it. It looks like it will be the Alchemist safe lane, trying to guarantee his farm with the puck running mid, and it will be a defensive tri lane, not an aggressive one, from June, G, and Aoki. And I feel like that's just the more stable choice. It's going to be rough going against an Alchemist and a Vengeful Spirit with this tri-lane. If it doesn't work out, you really gimp yourself. You don't want to feed kills to the Alchemist, so they'll play nice and safe. Just try and get June a lot of early farms so they can group up, maybe take some early towers. And this mid lane matchup, Lina should have a pretty decent time here against the puck. She does have a lot of nuking power. The puck does have the phase shift, which makes things a little tricky for him, but it should be relatively even. And in this off lane, CGO should be able to get at least, or I guess his name is 1, Crossover Gaming. And, oh crap, missing a kill in the off lane as Blackstar, they finish off the Disruptor. In fact, they may get June as well. The Vacuum back. Early level picked up in Vacuum, but a really nice choice. And the double Ion Shell, just too much damage. Double kill for the off lane of Union Gaming here, and Blackstar and Atliab, really smart decision to go for that Vacuum. It secures them that kill. Not the standard level pickup that you would see, but the Surge not as effective in a lane against a Darkseer, so not the worst choice in the world. Now roll forward onto the Lina, who's out a little too far forward. The Rock does connect, but she does have a Fairy Fire, should be able to get out of here. Puck with the orb through. Is it enough? It is! She turns, but does fall. And 3 quick kills on the board for Union Gaming. Gave up first blood, but turning the laning stage around. And those early kills, things already looking a little shaky for Crossover Gaming, who need to have the better early game.
Illusion.
Now 1 finally getting some farm here under his tower. He will claim his 4th last hit. No, misses it actually. And now June kind of left alone here as his supports have been forced to rotate out. But that means he's solo against this Ion Shell spam, which is going to be quite irritating for him. He is not gone for a point in the healing ward yet. May have to do so. And this Alchemist is getting complete free farm down here. 13 last hits, leader on the board. And has gone for the 2 points in Greevil's Greed. So maxing that greedy build. Now June has to be careful. The roll is available from Atliab. He's got that 2nd point in Boulder Smash. And it looks like the supports have completely rotated to the top lane here. So deciding that they need to pressure the Alchemist. So they have turned it into an aggressive tri-lane in the end. Nice dodge by Puck. And will this be enough to shut down the Alchemist? They're going to try and go on Yafets here, but the stun lands on 1. Is there a glimpse back? There is. Not necessarily going to be needed. The roll forward's there from Atliab, though, with the... He gets glimpsed away all the way to the bot lane, so they will get a kill. Will not lose any, and now Bestia is being pushed back under his own tower. Working on that armlet rush. But a nice kill from Crossover Gaming. Much needed. We take a look at this mid lane. Didima, the nukes are being dodged nicely by Puck, but he is still farming relatively well. As I say that, jump forward. He does not have his ultimate just yet, otherwise that might have been a kill on Didima. But does have a salve, so will be fine. And it looks like a bottle coming out on the courier, so he's in great shape. Meanwhile, bottom lane, June, he's under a lot of pressure here because he's been abandoned by his supports. And this Ion Shell really annoying. He still has not gone for a point in the healing ward. And now the kick forward connects onto him. Is it going to be enough damage? He doesn't have roll away for 18 seconds, but TP will come forward. G just trying to defend. And will save his ally, but now June completely out of regen. No healing ward picked up yet. And could be forced out of lane relatively soon if Union keep up the pressure here. Now we are into first nighttime, but one has been left alone by the supports once again, so not a lot of solo kill potential on this Alchemist. He can potentially look at rotating elsewhere, but Yafat's coming through. We'll scout him. And a nice ward placed in lane here, so if he runs down the river, mid will know he's coming. And Puck is a hard gank anyway, so not going to be the easiest option. Bot lane, Black Star. Shackle's there, but the instant cancel by the Boulder Smash of Atleob, and now he's got to roll forward if need to be. G, I think, is pretty much dead here. But a nice static field from Aoki. He gets silenced up the roll forward. They're going to go on to him instead, and this should be a kill. As Night Stalker's rotated down, they can maybe get Atleob here. The silence is on him. He should not be getting out of this, so it will be a one-for-one trade, support for support. But the Night Stalker rotation forced, and this means more free farm for Alchemist. And one is spotted by this ward, so they know where he's rotating. Aoki looking for the glimpse onto Puck potentially, but Tadima not with much mana. He's getting close to his 6 though. So if these guys stick around, they can maybe find the Puck, but he's playing very defensively. Out of regen himself, down to about 450 HP. And it looks like Atleob, nope, not bringing him out anything, so he's going to have a tough time staying in lane for the next couple minutes. Potentially look for a rune, but if he doesn't find it, I'll roll forward now. On to Didima. The kick is there, the silence, the dream call comes out, and this is going to be Didima falling. The supports did not stick around mid, and Atleob finds a beautiful kill. And now a regen rune for the Puck. Too perfect for him. And these supports from Crossover Gaming, they're moving around the map constantly, but they're not really getting anything out of it. Aoki level 3, I mean, let's take a look at levels here as... Well, it's actually not too bad. Things relatively even. So they have been finding some XP, but the fact that they're making all these rotations and not getting too much out of it is a bit of a concern for Crossover. Now, Atleob in the river. He is scouted by this ward here, so they know he's there. He's trying to leech some XP potentially of this huge stack that Bestia is taking here. And a lot of gold going this Alchemist's way. He's now 47 last hits, significantly ahead of everyone on the field. So his net worth is going to be skyrocketing. He's already got the armlet online. And I mean, once again, this Lina is falling behind now. With those couple of kills going the Puck's way, as silence comes out, she has started to fall behind as far as last hits go. And will be suffering on net worth as a result. And for the offlane trade, the Darkseer is farming better than the Night Stalker as well. So everything going Union's way in this early game so far. And now a dive coming out. Blackstar looking for June, who is forced to spin away, but no mana left, no HP. He's going to be forced all the way back to base. And Blackstar, I mean, Aoki's got to be careful. He can't go up against the Darkseer solo. And meanwhile, I miss another kill in the mid lane as there's a dive from Aoki Atleob and the Puck. A nice kick. Will hold one back as he's trying to go onto the Puck here. Phase shift dodged out, but a stun coming out from Yafets, and this could be the Night Stalker going down. It will be. Roll forward by Atleob, looking for more. Aoki could be in trouble here. The Magnetize dropped, and now this Disruptor will be falling. A triple kill for the Puck in the mid lane. 8 minutes in. 3-8 now your score. And this Earth Spirit is just carrying the game for Union at this point. He has been everywhere. Involved in 7 of the 8 kills. Only has died twice. But he's a support, so not the end of the world for him. He's getting his core space. And this Alchemist is looking scarier and scarier. 1,600 gold on top of his armlet. We take a look at net worth. He is leading the pack by holy balls. Almost doubling the Juggernaut here. And Aoki did get picked off in the mid lane. Okay, so Lina finds him. Looks like Laguna Blade committed. Yep. And Puck on a sliver of HP will be able to dodge away from the last spell of Didima. But a nice pickup for mid. But the problem is it's not going to be enough. As just killing off the Earth Spirit, that's his 3rd death. So almost all of the kills that Crossover have managed to find are on this Earth Spirit. And he doesn't care. He doesn't need a lot of items. He's going to be able to do a lot with just his spell kit. And he's making so much space for the rest of his team at this point. As all the 3 cores of Union Gaming are in the top 3. And now G being left here in the bot lane, just trying to get some solo experience, wants his 6 really badly, as they need that level on him to actually be able to function in this game. And if we look at the levels now, you can see the Radiant really starting to suffer. Earth Spirit has hit a 6, Venge about to get there, and both of the supports on the Radiant side only level 4. Now there is a wraparound onto the puck potentially. Are they going to catch him out here? Silence gets dropped out on Aoki though. He can't drop his... He doesn't have his ult. Glimpse is available though, potentially, but not going to be able to use it just yet. And all of his movement is being scouted by this ward here. And they spot him plant the Observer, so that won't last long. Now, Dream Coil, roll will be off the mark by Atleob, and he's out of mana now. Gets 1 kick off, will connect on 2, but now could be in trouble as the Glimpse is there. It's going to be brought back into the static field, and Black Star going down to COG. Now they're going to clean up Atleob as well, so nice 2-hero pick. And maybe a bit of an over-aggressive initiation from Atleob there. Swap back on to Yafet, saving his Puck, but Puck just wants more. He jumps right back in, cleans up the Disruptor. And now stun connects onto him. This could be his death as there no silence available, so Puck will be able to get out of this. And they do clean up the Disruptor. Now Orb through. Didima getting very low. Puck jumps forward. No fear on this guy. He's going to be able to get away, it looks like, as well. No, turns back to clean up the... oh, gets both of them. And the Urn taking him down. Will he survive? No, he does fall in the end, but he gets a triple kill. Does pay with his life in the end, and now Aoki back in the lane, but Yafet turns with the stun. The kick will be off the mark, but the swap back, it's online yet again, and now the roll forward. Aoki going to fall. Can Atleob and Yafet get out of here? It looks like they can, as 4 heroes in the grave on Crossover Gaming. An absolute massacre in the mid lane, as it ends up being a 4 for 3 across the map. And the XP actually does end up favoring Union, but the goal, relatively even. They got a big streak on the puck there, so that'll explain that. We take a look at the net worth. 11 minutes in, it is a massive lead for Union. 7k and about 5k XP. And I mean, all these fights are taking place without the Alchemist. Bestia is just back here in the safe lane, farming up. He's almost got his completed Radiance at 11.5 minutes on top of the armlet. So he has been absolutely free farming. And the fact that his team are winning these fights 4-on-5 without him is really terrifying for Crossover at this point. Yafets and Atleob looking for more. They're going to try and take down this tier 1 tower as Black Star is cutting the wave. And this will not be contestable by Crossover. They'll just have to leave it. And this Disruptor still not level 6. Both the supports on the Radiant yet to find their 6. And, well, this is starting to get really concerning. Disruptor really useless if he's running from behind. He's a hero who wants to be playing from ahead, wants to be finding those glimpses, getting those pickoffs, but has not really had much of an opportunity to do it just yet. He's been involved in actually 5 of the 7 kills, but the rest of his team just not performing. Now there finally is the level 6 on G. They're going to pressure the tower, and they should be able to find it, but the trade may be mid, where Puck and Black Star grouped up, and it will be a 1-for-1 tower trade. This does slightly favor Crossover as they are behind, so they need the gold more. But still, mid for safe lane, not ideal. More Roshan control for Union Gaming now as they've taken out both the tier 1 in the mid and the safe lane, and they're looking for a fight here. But they are being scouted by a nice Radiant ward. And the scan comes out, spots them in the area, so Crossover know what's up. They'll back out as a team, not get caught. And June, well, this is a blast from the past. A Mask of Madness build on the Juggernaut. The damage did get, or the extra damage you take did get decreased a little bit. So it's an overall buff for the item in the last patch. But still, we haven't really been seeing it used. And this is a very old Juggernaut build. Has not been used in quite some time. A nice build, though, for someone who's so far behind. He needs to be able to farm up, get himself back into this. And this is an okay item for that. Where it's going to be a downside, though, is if he needs to fight. As there is a lot of burst damage now out on Union Gaming. And if he's got that turned on, if he gets cut out by 1 stun, he's just dead. And look how scared Crossover are. They're all grouped up together. They're going to go for a smoke, actually. So not scared at all. Looking for a fight. But can they find anything? They're pinging top. Alchemist is the target. He's been completely untouched, but, you know, even if they kill him now, he's got his Radiance. This is maybe a little too late. They know he's there, and this would be a big kill if they can find it. I mean, look for a massive XP and gold swing if they can actually get this kill. They're going to go for it. The silence is there. The slow. Can the rest of the team get there in time? He's being pinged. The rest of the team will be pouring in, but nighttime popped. But Bestia, well, he's armlet toggling, glimpse back into the static storm, but the kick is there, connects on all four, and now the swap away. Alchemist will be fine. Throws out the stun, will connect on Aoki, and now the Omni Slash coming through. Is it going to be enough? The Magnetize is down, and the wards as well. Didima falling under the Dream Coil of the puck will end up going down. It's a team wipe. They do kill the Alchemist in the end. But, oh boy, not worth it, Crossover, not worth it. And the fact that they used both of their support ultimates as well as the Omni Slash, they used every single ultimate they had, and they lost the fight significantly. A big XP and gold swing going the way of UG. And now 8-18 your score. They're going to pressure down another Tier 1. And what a disaster for Union. They just didn't have the burst damage to take down the Alchemist. The rest of his team responded very, very quickly. And as soon as the swap was there from Yafets, it was just over. And now Bestio well on his way towards Yasha, working on that Manta style. And he is just miles ahead. He's coming up on, well, he's still over double the net worth of the leading farmer on the Radiant. And almost triple the Lina. I mean, you expect this out of a farmed Alchemist, but the rest of his team is doing well too. It's not like he's suctioning up all the farm and leaving his team with nothing. This Puck doing very well, as is the Darkseer. And his support's not even that far behind as well. Yafets, he's playing the hard 5, but he's managed to find himself Urn, Tranquil Boots, working on a Glimmer Cape as well. And now another smoke play from Crossover. They want this Alchemist yet again. It didn't go well from the last time, but this time Bestia has no backup. They're going to catch him out. They spot him, but he's got the ward, sees them coming. And the kinetic field will be there. He'll pop the stun onto Aoki, so Glimpse already gone off, though, and he will be slowed, controlled by the spin. Is it going to be enough? The stun is there. Static Storm committed. They finally do bring him down. Heavy commitment, but this time they all survive. So ends up being worth it. Even with the ultimates used, that's a big, big kill to get. And just slowing his farm. But on the backside, they lose the Juggernaut. Puck finds him in the trees. Dream Coil committed. But well worth it. That ends up being a pretty huge swing, still going the way of Crossover. They get 1,700 gold out of just that one kill. But is it enough? Well, probably not. This Puck now with a Veil working on a Yule's Scepter has it very, very soon. And he is almost impossible for them to control. Meanwhile, bot lane, the tower being pressured just by Yafets and Blackstar. Realizing that it's going to be very hard for COG to contest. They scan, spot them coming. Are they going to stay and commit? Dream Coil available in 7. And they've got 4 down here. They may look to take this fight. Magnetize is available as well. And it looks like Crossover really trying to make up their mind about whether they're going to go in on this or not. Hovering around behind the tower. It looks like they'll just have to sack it. And once again, this Alchemist farming the whole while. Now with that Yasha online. And we may finally see Crossover engaging. The glimpse back is available, but the kick won't connect this time. But jump forward, 3-hero Dream Coil from the Puck. And Aoki silenced up, controlled. Nice vacuum back into the wall, and this will be 2 heroes down. Now the wards have been dropped, but they're not doing nearly enough damage. They do clean up Yafets, but now the kick forward finds Didima, and they're going to clean him up as well. The Puck Orb will secure it. A dominating spree for your Puck. They take the tower. Wards are wasted. They can even potentially farm these up. And no, they're looking for more. They're looking for the Night Stalker. He's into the trees. Looks like he will be able to get away. But a 3-for-1 trade once again with a 4-for-5 engagement. And June just has so little farm. Still sitting on Mask of Madness Drum, so he's going early game items. But this means he has no chance of competing with the Alchemist late game, if he ever did. Now a full Vanguard up for Yatlea. What's he going for? It will be a Crimson Guard for him. So a nice way of dealing with the Omni Slash damage. Not to mention the wards. Actually really effective against the Shadow Shaman wards. So A nice item pickup from them, and the rest of the team is just building those defensive items to allow the Alchemist to do whatever he wants in these fights. He's now working through an Ancient stack. Manta style flying out on the Courier at 19 minutes. And, I mean, crossover. They're just not really have anything to do. G's trying to find farm where he can, but this is denying it to June, who needs it a little bit more. He's sitting on 1900 gold. Wonder what he goes for. Maybe a Sanjin Yasha. If the rest of his items have been so early focused, that may be the play here. But now a 4-hero smoke rotation, 5-hero smoke rotation coming in from UG. If they catch a good fight here, this could just be the end of the game, as they can push down mid, take the racks, and county smoke, but they run right into each other. A massive dream call once again from the puck back wall on all 5, and that'll be 4 down immediately. The only one alive is June, who was not there. But they'll be able to clean up a tower as a result of this. 4 heroes down in the blink of an eye. Not even a chance to react. As this puck doing so much work. 11, 1, and 10 on your UG mid laner. And, well, with that, things may be more or less over. Yoon, now 2,200 gold, but nothing he buys is going to enable his team to get back into this game. And the tier 2 will fall. UG move up onto the high ground. I wouldn't be surprised to see GG called at any moment here. As Lena's pinging out her Juggernaut, but there is absolutely nothing he can do here. And tier 3 falls. He's TPing back now. They're going to go for one last hold. All their heroes are up. They do have Shadow Shaman wards. They do have Laguna Blade. They do have all their ultimates. Nighttime will be popped, but the melee Rax is down. Now can UG disengage? Stun will be off the mark from Didima. Alchemist just going for the TP out. Glimpse will be there, though. Nice glimpse. But now the roll through. It's a bait. The veil is up, and now the puck jumps into the mix. It looks like G and Aoki will be falling immediately. No damage. Now the Omnisash comes through, but the Crimson Guard is there. Now they are doing a decent chunk of damage. Nice stun from Dima, but he throws the ultimate. Does not clean up a single hero. Now the kick through. The puck jumps in. Finds the Lena. 4 heroes down. June forced back to as well. And GG will be called 10-31. A dominating showing from Union Gaming here in Game 1. Well, that's it. Game 2 coming up in just a few, guys. Can Crossover take it? I think they're going to need a little bit of better draft if they want to do so. But I've been Sindar Gaming with your English coverage. Hope you've enjoyed the cast, and stick around. We'll be back in just a few for Game 2.
Turn it on.
line, but I just let it float away. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away. Tell you a story about you and me. Stuck on the water, the waves are getting deep. They scream that only I can breathe. They toss out the mask, but it's a little out of reach. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I let it float away. I let it float away. I let it float away. There isn't any more to say. If you're not with me, I'd rather not be saved. There's no decision to be made. If you're not with me, I'll just let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. Float away, float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Yeah, I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. I'll let it float away. Float away, float away.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Game 2 of Best of 3 here between Crossover Gaming and Union Gaming Bolivia in the Kings of Dota League Season 3. This is the third qualifier event. So, Crossover Gaming, we'll call that a bit of a stomp last game. They got kind of crushed off the back of an Alchemist, so they do ban that in the first phase here. No surprise with that. But Union Gaming, they pick up their Earth Spirit. And in my opinion, that was a bigger contributor to their success last game than the Alchemist was. Atliob was all over the place on the hero. He contributed to every lane, secured kills, and was an absolute terror. So, no surprise for Union Gaming that they prioritize getting him up and running nice and early. They also go for the Wind Ranger, second pick, a very early choice for the Wind Ranger. Normally a hero you don't actually see until 4th or 5th. But maybe securing it here, they've already seen crossovers mid. They have picked up the Death Prophet. So secure in the fact they know what the matchup is going to be. They feel confident in that. Win run to get away from the Soul Siphon, always nice. Plus, Death Prophet, not all that tanky early. So if you can get a Shackle shot to set up the roll-in from the Earth Spirit, Death Prophet not actually that hard to bring down. She does have a Bounty Hunter, though, who can roam through. But once again, Wind Ranger with that win run, able to dodge away from those potential ganks in the mid lane early. So, a lot of potential so far from UG's picks. And Crossover, running a Death Prophet and a Bounty Hunter, this is a little scary for them. A Bounty Hunter, a hero. I mean, I saw the stats for Epicenter. Bounty Hunter was banned in, I think it was an absurd number, like 40-50% of games. But his win rate was only 16%. It's a hard hero to do really well with. If it doesn't work out early, it's gonna fall off unless you're really good at recovering late game. And since in this matchup, my impression from game 1 is that Union Gaming, just the stronger players in general, running a Bounty Hunter is really risky. If he doesn't get enough done in lane, and if his team isn't winning fights later on, then he is absolutely worthless. Can't really do anything in a team fight but track and pray that his team gets a couple of kills and some money out of it. And the Death Prophet as well, a hero that needs to be ahead, needs to be doing well, plays very poorly from behind, especially against the damage that a Focus Fire Wind Ranger can pump out. You know, there's a lot of ways to deal with her. So once again, I mean, we saw this again from Crossover last game as well, where they picked heroes that needed to be ahead, that needed to be winning in the early game. So look for them to spend a lot more time securing their own lanes, try and win at least 2 of the 3 lanes this game. And if they can do that, then they're in better shape. And to that end, they've banned the Slaughter and the Void, 2 very strong laners, and also problems for the Death Prophet. Meanwhile, Union Gaming, they've taken out a lot of tanky strength heroes. They've got the Lone Druid banned, as well as the Axe, the Doom, the Night Stalker from last game taken away. So heroes that are a little bit harder for Earth Spirit and Wind Ranger to knock down. Also the Doom and the Axe Call, very effective against these elusive heroes. Wind Ranger and Earth Spirit, both heroes that are able to get out of trouble if need be. And Crossover, they show their hand here. Spectre is going to be the choice. And picking a Spectre up third when your mid is already revealed, this tells Union everything they need to know about how Crossover intend to lane this. So, it's a bit risky. You're showing your hand so early, and this gives Union 3 picks to counterpick the Spectre. They do have the option of going for an aggressive tri-lane here, as they still have not picked up their offlaner or another support. And they'll go for a Timbersaw. I love this choice against Spectre. You know, you dagger into the trees, Timbersaw don't care. He'll chain through and follow you in. And that pure damage against the dispersion of Spectre means that she is not going to be able to have as big an impact as you expect her to. And honestly, I really want to see Union pick up another aggressive support and just tri-lane top and wreck Spectre's day. Because if Spectre gets shut down early, if Union Gaming can take control of that lane, and Wind Ranger can trade even with the Death Prophet in mid, then Union have this on lockdown. Now, Crossover, what can they do to secure this? They do need a very defensive, solid laning support, and they'll pick up the Lion to do that.
team's turn to
A
pick.
decent hero against the Timbersaw, as you do have those two methods of lockdown in the Hex and the Stun to control them out, prevent the Timber Chain away. And the Bounty Hunter can rotate through as well with the damage. So they do have some ways of dealing with Timbersaw early on,
10 seconds
if they can
remaining.
find some levels on the Lion. But it's going to be really tough to shut him out.
5 seconds remaining.
The reactive armor means he's very, very tanky against those early gank attempts.
Reserve time.
And now Union. If they do go for another support here, it will reveal, I think, if they are planning on going for that tri-lane kind of play. Thinking about it now. Alternatively, they could just go back for their safe lane and leave crossover guessing a little bit. And, I mean, in this kind of a game, up against a Spectre, you want someone who scales relatively well, farms well. Alk Band, Slark Band, Lone Druid Band, you could potentially go back for a Sven. Nice way, or even a Wraith King might be a good option here. I've seen that hero coming back a little bit. They don't have a lot to kite him out. And that's a hero that can get on top of the Death Prophet, fight through. They'll go for a Dazzle. So there's your
Dire
support.
team's turn to ban.
And I'm not sure if that makes it a tri-lane top. Dazzle not... actually a
Team's turn to
decent
ban.
tri-lane hero. But for aggressive tri-lanes, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what they want to do with it. They could just as easily run the Dazzle safe lane supporting whoever they run in the safe lane, and Earth Spirit can just roam around on its own. So that's an option as well. The other downside with aggressive tri-lanes is it does kind of
5
lock the
seconds
supports in
remaining.
place. And Earth Spirit maybe wants to roam more onto the mid lane, make some action happen elsewhere.
Reserve time.
Huskar, the final ban from crossover with the
10
Dazzle
seconds
picked up.
remaining.
I don't mind that choice. But
Radiant team's turn to pick.
not sure that's what UG were thinking of here. And the Darkseer ban from UG. So that indicates to me that maybe they're thinking about a melee safe laner.
10 seconds remaining.
And Sven or Wraith King would certainly fit the bill there.
5 seconds remaining.
They're really low on reserve time, so they don't have a whole lot of time to make up their mind here.
Reserve time. 5 seconds remaining.
It'll be a life stealer. Okay, so a different tanky melee hero, but one that deals very nicely with Death Prophet and Spectre. Beastmaster will be the final choice for crossover. Man, how long has it been since you saw that hero make it to a 5th pick? But that'll be the case. One will pick that up. Can do relatively well against the Lifestealer in lane. Is potentially vulnerable to the roll-in from Earth Spirit. Okay, so I don't know. I'm looking at these choices, and it is a really nice, solid draft from crossover, actually. I really love the last pick Beastmaster. It stabilizes their lanes a lot. But the Timbersaw Spectre matchup is really rough, and we saw what Atliab could do with that Earth Spirit. So I think it's going to be a lot down to how well crossover execute in the first 10 minutes, how well they secure their lanes. If they can win 1 or 2 lanes, then they're going to be in good shape. But if it doesn't go well, if the bounty doesn't get a lot done, then things could really fall apart for them quite quickly.
Prepare for battle.
So guys, with that said, welcome into Game 2 of a best of 3 here between Union Gaming and Crossover Gaming in the Kings of Dota League Season 3 Qualifiers Round 3. We'll take a look at the teams. It'll be Bestia on that safe lane Lifestealer, Saga on the Wind Ranger heading towards the mid lane. It'll be Yafet supporting on the Dazzle. That leaves Blackstar going off lane on the Timber. And finally, out in front, it'll be Atliab reprising his role of last game on that Earth Spirit. One will be taking the Beastmaster on the Dire side as they do smoke up with Aoki supporting on the Bounty Hunter. It'll be G on the Lion, PYA on the Death Prophet. And finally, Didima will be taking the Spectre. As we do have a pause, our crossover going to claim the first blood again. They are smoking as 5, and it looks like they will run into Union Gaming here. Atliab out in front, does have the roll away, so can potentially get out. They don't have a shackle this time to lock him down, but the Hex is available from the Lion. No, he's actually gone for stun level 1. So, if Earth Spirit's fast enough, he can scout the smoke out and still be able to get away. As that is the only lockdown right now from Crossover Gaming. Looks like we're good to go, so we'll see very quickly how this game 2 will start.
The battle resumes.
Crossover get themselves on the board early. Will be Lion close to the front. Can they get the stun? They will. Does they have the damage to stop the roll away? He's not going for it just yet, waiting. The Soul Siphon is there. He will get into the trees, but it won't be enough. He will be brought down. And First Blood goes the way of Pia on that mid lane Death Prophet. A nice start for the hero. So that puts it closer to the bottle, and now Saga getting slowed by the boar. Can they potentially go for more here? No. But, once again, a nice start for COG. They really need that. They need that confidence booster. They need that extra gold. And they really want this Death Prophet to have a good lane mid. As if she gets behind, it's going to be really rough making space for Spectre. But if she can do well, then they can 4-man towers and kind of pull what Union Gaming did last game. Just let the safe laner get the farm, haunt in if necessary, and make the space that the Spectre needs to come online and really have an impact this game. And they really look to secure this mid lane. It looks like both supports hanging around, backing PYA up, wanting to make sure that the Death Prophet gets off to as good a start as possible. That does leave solo lanes for now, and that's going to be really tricky for Didima, as Blackstar can pressure him heavily. He hasn't leveled anything up yet, waiting for the supports to show. Well, top lane, it is a full aggressive or defensive try against one. So he's not going to be able to get much here. He's been held out of XP range relatively effectively so far. He's got to play very carefully. Zatliob is available with the roll in, and it looks like G will rotate now to the safe lane and protect his Ember, as Blackstar is manning up, finding a CS. And meanwhile, Aoki looking for potentially a go onto the Wind Ranger, who's playing very aggressively onto PYA. Soul Siphon is there. Saga could be caught out by the Bounty Hunter coming back. He's manning up. He's actually going to go for this kill. PYA goes back under tower. The salve is there from Saga, and now the Bounty Hunter shows up. Saga might have overextended, but there's no more Soul Siphon, and he should be able to get out of here. He's already used his Wind Run, but the slow is not enough for Aoki. And PYA almost falls. If the power shot hadn't missed there, he might have gone down. Now top lane. This lane is quite pushed, so Bounty's going to, or Beastmaster rather, is going to find some levels here. In the off lane, Timbersaw continuing to find farm. He's actually 6-1, so matching his mid laner, doing quite well for himself. And the Spectre finding a farm as well, though. But you do not want this Timbersaw getting off to a good start. They do have the heroes to zone him a little bit, so now the heroes have left mid alone. They've rotated back to top. They're going to try and protect their Spectre and leave PYA to her own devices. Will be a bottle coming out on the courier, almost certainly. Yep, with a wand as well, so decent start for the Death Prophet with that First Blood gold advantage. But a rotation in from Zatliob. Once again, a kick back as well. The Soul Siphon's there, but a power shot is available. It should be enough to take PYA down. The teleportation is coming in. She barely survives. Pops the Fairy Fire as well. Now the turnaround, can it be there on Zatliob? He doesn't have a roll for 2 seconds, but there's no damage. He will get out. Pop his salve. Will be just fine. And PYA immediately burns through that full bottle and still on a fraction of HP. Now Crossover trying to trade hits, but the kick is there. Is it going to be enough? No, Lion will get out. And just carnage in this mid lane. All the heroes constantly at low HP, constantly trading, and PYA not getting the best out of this now. Is she is doing well as far as last hits go up against the Wind Ranger, but as far as HP, I mean, it's going to be harder and harder for her to stay in lane. Only one shared tango left, and no bottle charges for another 45 seconds. Taking a look at the offlaners, Beastmaster's found his 3. He's also found 4 last hits compared to the 10 on the Timbersaw, who is at level 4, so doing slightly better there. But Aoki's rotated through. They do not have the damage to deal with this Timber yet, though. He has a point in reactive armor. They're going to try for it, though. He Timber Chains through. Didina taking a lot of damage. And they just have no way of dealing with him. The Whirling Death once again. Didima just can't trade. And now Aoki just forced to run away. This bounty hunter not really doing a whole lot here in the early game. And this lane is getting heavily pushed by UG. They're not pulling back the lane at all. So Beastmaster continues to get XP. He's got that Iron Talon, but hasn't been forced back to the jungle just yet. And maybe a mistake. They have the heroes to control the lane. Not sure why they're not doing so. Maybe going to be looking for some early tower pressure. But, I mean, if you look at top lane, Spectre is getting farm, and that's great. But she's behind the Lifestealer, and more importantly, the Timber is getting everything he wants. He's 16-1 now, finding plenty of last hits. He's even gone for a 4-man shield to tank up that extra little bit. And the fact that you're committing 3 heroes to try and zone him out and you're not really getting anything out of it is going to be a concern. Now mid lane's still very, very even. So PYA on the whole is going to be happy with this. Not getting shut out in lane. Hasn't died yet. So now bot lane, we could have an engage here. Looks like Aoki going to rotate through. Yafets is there, but a nice kick from Atliob saves his comrade. I don't think Yafets gets out of this, though, but they can potentially get a turnaround kill. The roll forward will slow down one, and the heal from Yafets keeps him alive. Aoki hunting, but the turnaround is there. The slow, it's not going to be enough. Yafets gets out of this. And a wasted rotation from the bounty hunter doesn't even find the support Dazzle, and the control from Atliob blocks out the Beastmaster, so he can't continue to chase. Dazzle is forced back to base, at least. But the fact that they don't get that kill, it's going to slow down Bounty Hunter. Now top, crossover could be in trouble. The Lion does get quite low to that. And Blackstar, what's he going to be going for next? It looks like he is maxing the Timber Chain, so no reactive armor max. He feels tanky enough already. Now there is a rotation through Aoki. He's still only level 3. It's only 2 last hits. He's not got a whole lot of XP. No Orb of Venom, just Brown Boots. And he is struggling to find relevance here. Maybe able to find it in mid lane. As the slow's there on a Saga. She doesn't have mana for win run. But PYA just a little too far away. If he'd been closer, they could have got the Soul Siphon out. Potentially gone for that kill. Now look at Atliob just aggressively farming his opponent's pole camp. Not a care in the world, has the roll away. The stun will be there from G, but it's not going to be enough to control him up. He just walks away. And now the kick comes through. Oh, just trying to get into the trees here. Aoki. Oh, crossover in trouble. He gets the stun, but the damage from the Timber Shot, too much, will bring him down with one last Timber Chain. Now Atliob slowed, but is manning up on Aoki here. And now the Haunt comes through. They're going to try and kill off this Earth Spirit, but Aoki in trouble. The bounce of the Shuri will be there, but no follow-up damage, 29 HP, but Atliob does survive. He earns up. Meanwhile, though, Wind Ranger did end up falling in the mid lane. Was that a solo kill? It looks like it. Yeah, now PYA rotates to top lane, catches out Atliob. He goes for the roll onto the cliff. Does make it away on a sliver of HP. Well, beautiful play from him. But PYA getting a solo kill on Saga. That's really nice for the Death Prophet. And still matching well in terms of last hits. So things going way better for Crossover Gaming in the laning phase than they were last game. And I think this is what they were hoping for with the heroes they picked up. A lot more of a stable showing from them. And the Spectre goes for a Vanguard build, interestingly. Now, Bestia could be in trouble here. Has the Rage. Will go on to Lion. Has the heal from the Dazzle, but the Roar will come out. Bestia's Rage will be wasted. Now a TP comes in. The slow from the Boar is there. Crossover has another stun. Will throw it. Not just yet. Not in range, but the roll forward there from Atliob. Now the stun comes out, but it only catches on one, and Crossover G is silenced up. The kick forward will be there. Lion should be going down as Blackstar's rotated through as well. Naoki will just scamper away. And now 4 heroes for the Radiant in the bot lane here. They may look to push this tower. The Soul Siphon comes out on a Blackstar, though. But he does. The damage is there. Aoki secures it. And that's a killing spree now for your mid laner. Nice rotation in from the Death Prophet, and another TP from the Lion back to lane. You can maybe look for more. Oh, stun only connects on one thanks to that quick rage from Bestia. And now Lion should be paying with his life. The kick is there, but now Exorcism. It's been popped. Can they get the kills here? Atliop into the trees. Nice roll away, and Yafet's taking a lot of damage. But if he's the only one who falls, no, he gets the TP out thanks to the Grave. Now Atliop, he may even get out of this. No, the slow is there from Beastmaster. They will finally bring him down. So a very important kill. Can they get anything more out of this? Double damage rune on PYA will fade now. They really want to get the tower out of this Exorcism, but Saga pressuring the mid on her own as these rotations. And no, PYA won't even go for it, but they do find the Lifestealer. He stuck around a little bit too long. A nice scout from one. They will look to claim this tower. It's going to be slow, and there is another TP coming through from the Earth Spirit. But a really nice exchange for crossover gaming. They find some important kills. Bringing down the Lifestealer is huge at this point, as he is your leader in CS. And the fact that Blackstar was down there for that long, leaving Didima space to farm up freely. Now, he could be in a bit of trouble here. Blackstar doing a lot of damage, has another Timber Chain and a Whirling Death. Won't go for it, though, as Didima back under tower, and Blackstar is wary of those rotations. Roar available once again for your Beastmaster. Rushing that Necro Book, it looks like, on Brown Boots. Naoki, well, their Haunt comes out. It looks like the play will be on top lane, where the Spectre has managed to disengage. Blackstar gets caught by a stun. Roar to follow up. One, they should be able to clean this up here, and he goes for the Timber Chain away. Will he make it out? It doesn't look like it. The creeps will help secure him. He's got one more Timber Chain, though. Can he get out of this? I don't know. It looks like he's going to go for it. He goes for the TP following the chain, but it's not going to be there. Taken down by the tower. And they do lose the Spectre, though. So she haunted out, but ends up getting cleaned up in the bot lane, it looks like, where she jumped to. And now the tier 1 will be the trade, as Glyph is forced. But Union Gaming can stick around here. Focus Fire is up. And Haunt was already used, so the Spectre cannot help here. TPs are coming out. Can they save the tower? Didima, it's rotated in, but the slow is there on Aoki. He could be in trouble. Stun connects. The sentry will be dropped, but he's too far away. Now the tower does get destroyed, actually, by Wind Ranger. She finishes it off and Magnetized, dropped onto Didima. He's going to be forced to back, and the power shot cleans up Aoki. So Didima TP's in, doesn't get anything done. They still lose the last hit on the tower. And now is down to like a third HP, so nice rotation. And on the back of that, PYA does clean up the top tower with another Exorcism. So they do lose a hero and their tower, but they at least get some kind of trade. Still not the end of the world. The last hit lead is slightly favoring the Radiant. Let's take a look at the net worth. It's about a 2,000 lead for UG. But I mean, you compare that to last game. At this same time, they were ahead by 7k. So Crossover definitely doing a better job this game of keeping things relatively stable. And they do have very, very strong late game. They've got the track soon. Yeah, actually they've got it now. Aoki has hit his 6. And they've got Beastmaster Roar, Lion getting close to his finger, only half a level away. And with the Spectre for late game, they do have nice ways of dealing with the Spectre in the Lifestealer and the Timbersaw. But the rest of the heroes, they've got some good backup. Now Silence comes out onto the Lion. Shackle will connect onto one, and he's going to be brought down. Cleaned up. No chance. 4 heroes in the mid lane. And Aoki scouting around behind, but they spot out the Spectre. This is a big kill if they can find it. The Silence is there. The kick will be off the mark, though. But the slow is there from the Chakram. He chains forward. Slowed down by the Dazzle. That is only a level 1 Poison Touch, but the Magnetize is there. Looks like Didima will be able to get away. PYA, no Exorcism for 40. It's tough for them to fight without that. And with the Beastmaster already down, they'll get the track off. They'll protect their tower, but they do lose their offlaner. Now a smoke from the Beastmaster. He respawns, TP's in, they immediately go for it. And that was not spotted out. No vision of that by the Radiant. So they can potentially get a good catch here. As the TP top will be there from the Spectre. Haunt is up. If they get a good fight, he can haunt in. This could be really big for Crossover. Who are they going to catch here? They will get the Hex onto Saga. No win run away for you. Now the stun's there. The Hex, the follow-up is going to be enough. They will bring down one. Yafets goes for TP out, but the cancel is there by the Yule Scepter. Nice play from Pia. And that's 2 track kills going the way of COG. Beautiful rotation from them. Haunt, well used. He didn't even come in. He just used it for the extra damage. Will get the assist gold for those kills, therefore. And now they can rotate, take down this tier 1 tower as Exorcism is online. In fact, they may look to save it and just save the Exorcism for a tier 2. Inner Beast is being maxed. One not even going for the Wild Axes, so full-on pushing kind of build coming out from them. And they should be able to clean up this tier 1. Exorcism not even going to be needed. Nice turn of events for COG. And off of the back of that, net worth was peaking up for Union, but it will be dropped. Now the tower does go down to the Beastmaster, and Blackstar could be in trouble. Silenced up, controlled the finger from downtown. Lion finishes him off. And this Timbersaw, he was doing well in lane, but he's been controlled now, and the slow onto Atliop, he's caught out as well. Gets the roll away. Will it be enough to survive? No, the shot, shuriken toss is there from Atliop, or Aoki, and Yafet's tracked up under the cover of a smoke. So they ping him, but they got to fall back and defend their tower. So a massive gold swing, thanks to those tracks, going the way of COG. And with these track picks that they're finding, I mean, I was just, before that fight broke out, I was mentioning, Timbersaw had a great time in lane. He's now sitting quite far back, only 5th in terms of net worth. Only a couple hundred ahead of this Beastmaster, who had a much rougher lane. And Beastmaster with the book level 1, are they going to go for a Roche here? Exorcism online. This is where it'll be committed, it looks like. And once again, UG with no vision of this. Getting the Aegis onto PYA could be huge. And there isn't even a trade, as Union Gaming not in position to go for any kind of tower trade. Although CG's hero is getting quite low, and the illusion coming through will be brought down, but they do know now. And the power shot into the pit. Roche is very, very low. And now the Hex. The double stun actually only hits 1, but now the weave is there. And Blackstar can do a lot of damage here. Heroes are low. The power shot into the pit. PYA does get the heal back from the end of the Exorcism, and now Yafet's graved up, but the roar comes out on a return. And now a nice double stun from the Lion. The kick comes through, slows down PYA, and they have taken down the Beastmaster and the Bounty Hunter. And now Didima controlled up. He's jumped in, but he's controlled. The Magnetize is there. Roll forward will be off the mark, but the slow is there from the Lion, but he's got a haste rune. Will be able to get away safely, so they do trade 2 for 1, but they get the Aegis and they save it. PYA is still holding on to that. So losing 2, not ideal, but well worth it, as they could have been way worse for them. And the fact that they get that much, they slow down Blackstar yet more, as he's still a ways away from that Bloodstone. And Didima now 2,100 gold saved up. I imagine at this point that this is a Radiance Rush after the Vanguard. Just tanking up a little bit and now going for the bigger item. And, I mean, Radiance, it's not the most effective item in this game necessarily because, of course, Lifestealer, when he's raging, does not care about the mischance. And Timbersaw's damage does not come from right-clicking, but from spells. Well, mid lane. Looks like they caught out the Earth Spirit yet again. Now Bestia is rotated through with the armlet toggling. They should be able to clean up crossover G here. Aoki, no, the slow, it's enough. And now the track. Oh, nice chakram from Blackstar to finish him off. And Aoki gonna scooch away. Now PYA is here with the silence and the soul siphon. But he has backup. PYA could be in trouble here. He's got the Aegis, but does not want to spend it like this. It looks like he will fall, though. The shackle not going to connect, but it doesn't matter. Aegis expended, and I don't think he's going to get out of this. His team not there to back him up. And the silence, the damage, he heals up in a nice roar to hold them back. So it looks like he will be able to get out. And the dust is popped. Maybe they clean up Aoki on the back of this. But he's got the track movement speed. Bestia, though, with the slow, it's going to be there. And they turn this around. Chakram on the backside. Blackstar hexed up, but the Shackle will be there and clean up the Bounty Hunter. Now Blackstar, though, going to be the trade with the finger. Nicely played from crossover G. And PYA survives. Now Exorcism pop, maybe a little too aggressively as they don't have a connection on anyone. Can they catch up? Al just goes for the rollout, and now a haunt forward onto Yafets, but he's still got Grave. And a bit of an interesting choice to pop the Exorcism there, as they didn't have any way of engaging the fight. UG just cleanly disengaged. Now they may be able to pressure the tier 1 off of this. But no, it's going to be down too soon. So wasted exorcism.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take
They do clean up the timber yet again, though. This is an important kill. Keeping him down, keeping him low, preventing him from getting to that bloodstone. This is not a hero who plays well from behind. So prioritizing him in the fights, it's going to be to the benefit of crossover in the end. Beastmaster as well, falling quite far behind, but is going to have Necrobook level 2 soon. So not the worst. He can fall back and just jungle to catch up. And they will get the deny on the top lane tower. So crossover denying some gold to UG. 10 to 13 your score. We'll take a peek at the net worth, and it is dead even, folks. Barely in COG's favor. XP a little more in Union's favor at this point, but still. Much better showing from Union this game than last game. Or from crossover, rather. Now Saga, he's gone for the Maelstrom build. Working on potentially a Blink if he wants it, or an Axe. But has the money for the Blink now, so we'll see if he goes for it. Just to set up those shackle shots a little more cleanly. Yeah, that will be the Blink. Nice choice. And what's everyone else doing? Timbersaw getting closer. He's almost got enough for the Soul Booster. And then it's only 800 to the completed Bloodstone. Gets tracked up. Nothing will come of that. PYA. Soul Booster online as well. Rushing that Octarine after the Yule Scepter. And it's a little ways away from it, but tanking up nicely. 4-0 and 7 is having a great game on this Death Prophet. And now it is the Diffusal Blade for Didima. So not, in fact, saving up for that Radiance. And I do like this build a lot more, actually, in this particular matchup. Lifestealer is garbage without his mana pool, and he doesn't have a lot of it. Only 602. Actually, he's gone for a Sacred Relic. This may be a Radiance from Bestia. And if that's the case, I mean, Radiance Lifestealer is annoying to deal with, but at the same time, that means that he's not going right-click. And if he's not going right-click, the only one who is the Wind Ranger. And that could be a bit of a problem when this Spectre gets super tanky. So, I mean, going for the cheese build, they're pinging out that there's a black dragon. They're letting Lifestealer know, hey buddy, you've got this available if you want to go for it. He wants to finish up that Radiance first, though. Now, where they are is being pinged. And it looks like the Dire do have a good idea. They're rotating as 5 under smoke. It's broken, but the Hawk gives them vision. Now the track on the Bestia. He'll be stunned up if they can control him before he pops his rage. It looks like he will fall. Yes! And now the track's out as well. Black Star controlled up. Will get the chain away. Aoki falling quite low, but will survive. And now Saga could be in trouble. Slow depth controlled. 3 heroes down. An unstoppable spree for your mid-death prophet. And those are all track kills. And now a nice Chakram holds them all back, gets them low. And it looks like they won't be able to pursue further, but a beautiful engagement. Almost a 3k gold swing off the back of that one fight thanks to those tracks. And really nice rotation from the Dire. Finding important kills. Getting the Lifestealer first was huge. The fact that he did not get his rage off. He didn't, in fact, get his Radiance finished either. So a very important kill for them. And they're going to group up, go for some tower pressure as a result. And they scout out Aliob. He's going for the kick, but he's tracked up. Roll forward, though. Will be there, and he pops the Magnetize. It's down. Now CG with the Roar not available for 20 seconds. PYA should be able to get out of this, it looks like, thanks to that movement speed of the track combined with the Yules. And they all get out. So heavy commitment from UG. They drop a couple of ultimates, but don't catch anyone now. They're looking for more. Blink forward by the Timbersaw. Chain forward, rather. And PYA may be in trouble here. He's getting low, but the Yules, it's not going to be enough. He's going to tick down to the Chakram. Now the stun is there, but it's off the mark. Nice pick from Blackstar. A very important pick. The leader as far as farm goes on the Dire side. Getting that kill. A really nice trade for Union.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
And bot being pressured in. So it looks like Union, they're hovering on the mid lane. Looking to go on this tower here while Death Prophet's down. But when she comes back, she's going to have Exorcism up. So it's a bit of a risky choice to go for this. Now the kick, going to be off the mark. Yafet's nice ward placement. Doesn't look like he was spotted out. And they ping Aoki. Dust will be popped, but he knows they're there now, but they find him. Blink forward from Saga gets the focus fire, but the mech will be there to keep him alive. Now the Hex on the Yafets, but the roll forward from Aoki, or from Atliov. They bring down the Beastmaster. Now 4 tracks out.
Isn't going to last long.
But if that's all they get, this is not too bad. They can potentially look to re-engage. Now Saga going on the tower, but PYA is back. He's got Exorcism. Can they get an engage? No kicks there on Aoki, and he will be chained up, brought down. But PYA pops the Exorcism. Haunt is going to be there as well. They could clean up Bestia here if they can. That's a big kill. He rages, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Nor will it. No. Didima stays alive, and now they can look for more. Silence. No. Atliov gets the roll away, so the silence will not be there. And PYA, can he get more? Exorcism for just 1 kill after you've already lost 2. Not really the best trade in the world, but they can maybe get a tower out of this. It's got a few seconds left. We'll see. He's got to be careful. 2 of his team is down. But it looks like UG not going to re-engage. They're just backing out. And the glyph will be forced. Exorcism down, but they've got a siege creep, so they should be able to get this. And this has been a long time coming. No, they're not. Radiant rotate through, and even with the Lifestealer down, PYA, well, nice roar. They bait him in, and now the finger committed as well. Atliov down in the grave. Yule Scepter up on Blackstar. He'll get the chain away. Chakram does not connect. And the Dire back off. Fortunately, that was not a track kill, as Aoki was in the grief. But now jump forward. Shackle will not be on the mark, unfortunately, but PYA could still be in trouble. Jump forward, chain through. Blackstar going for the Blink Dagger before the Bloodstone has really paid off for him, as it's enabled a couple of kills they would not have been able to find otherwise. And PYA, 2 deaths in a row. He does have the Octarine online, at least. But these are important kills that they really don't want to be giving away. And the Lifestealer, he does have his Radiance online now with the Armlet. Now, is he going to go for a cheese plate? Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the choice. Into the Ancient Thunderhide. Will come mid. And this is going to be really frustrating for the low HP supports on COG. For the Spectre as well, that mischance, really significant. And a roll forward. Is it going to connect? The silence will be there on the Lion, but the roll forward slow does not connect. So he will be okay. Now the Lifestealer jumps out, slow on to 1. Can he get the roar off? He's not going to go for it even. And Bestia gets a solo kill. So it looks like he's not planning on staying inside the creep, which is a really good choice. He can still transition. And what was that courier doing there? There's not even any heroes out. And someone's not happy about that, being pinged. Bestia tracked up, but he's right onto the high ground with that Radiance. It's hard for them to engage on this, and the focus fire is there from Saga in the background. But now, stun connects, the Haunt will be there, and Saga getting very, very low. Will be saved, though. He does get away, and now the Magnetize out. PYA getting very, very low, forced back, but the Exorcism is out. Bestia. Oh, they bring down the Death Prophet once again, and now a Hex on a Bestia, but they don't have damage for him. Crossover just being forced back thanks to the Radiance burn. Now the slow one to Didima. This could be a big kill if they can find it. Chakram forward. They don't quite clean up the line, and now the roar connects on the Bestia, but he's raged up. He's in the middle of the base, and he is fine. Didima not able to do anything. Saga blinks forward, tries to go for Shackle, doesn't quite find it, but they could find 1 here, and Didima, nothing he can do to stop this. 1 into the trees. Throws out the axes, trying to dodge, but will be brought down. And finally, the stun connects on Atliov. On the other side of things, they're looking for Yafets, but Aoki can't even find that. And they do finally clean up the Lifestealer on the backside. So nice kill. They can potentially get Atliov as well. A really nice job of just kiting coming out from the Dire hero. But is it going to be enough? They do clean up 2 for 2. But once again, the Death Prophet falling. These are important kills, and the Death Prophet's item progression is completely stalled out. Bought that Octarine and has died 3 times in a row since. At least they do defend their high ground. Lose a couple heroes, but they don't give up building damage. And the gold lead is in UG's favor, but not by very much. It is very small at this point in the game. XP a little higher, but still manageable for the Radiant side. The fact that they hold that push will enable them to continue to try and progress. The big problem is PYA. He needs to go for probably a BKB this game. It's not ideal because, of course, Timbersaw's damage still goes through, as well as Lifestealer's right click, and the focus fire. But he needs to block the Shackle. He needs to block the slows that are controlling him and kiting him out. And Roche is being pinged. PYA has Exorcism. He's going to go for Blackstar here with the silence, but the chain TP away is there. Gets it out in time. The silence is just a bit off the mark. But thanks to that TP out, they're going to go for the Roche. Blackstar can get back here quite fast. But will it be enough? Exorcism, they take this quite quickly. But they don't have Didima. Haunt is available, though. And now the roar comes out on the Yafets. He's controlled. No grave this fight. And the Magnetize is there, but Atliov tracked up, has to just roll away. And the Haunt has come through as well. They're looking for Blackstar on the back line. Zadima, he's managed to find himself a relic, so he's hitting really hard. Blackstar, good fall, gets the deny off. But now Bestia raged up, trying to get away. The Exorcism still rolling. The kick onto Didima will slow him. And Bestia looks like he may be able to get away from this. The silence, the soul siphon, the stun. No, maybe not. The control is there. The magic damage, he does not have rage, will be brought down. And 3 big kills for COG. Track kills as well. And now they can go back for Roche, who is low. Without the Exorcism, maybe they can't do it.
Radiant's middle tower go?
Oh, but now Shackle, focus fire onto Didima. Isn't enough damage. He gets into the trees. Will he be able to get out? No, the power shot, beautifully played from the Wind Ranger, finishes it off with that Ag Scepter online now doing just a bit too much damage. And someone's pissed. Look at the pings. They really want this guy. They're going to get him too. He win runs, but the Lion, oh no, stun! He didn't have mana for any control and will just pay with his life. Saga into the trees. The Chakram will be there. He's tracked up. Look at these pings. These guys are really pissed. He will get the blink away. He's still alive. Saga with the plays. Win runs, tries to get out. He's still in vision, but they don't have any catch. They don't have... And the rest of his team's coming in. Blackstar finds COG on the back lines. He brings down the Beastmaster. And the pings. Oh man, these players are not pleased. Radiant's finally up on the Spectre. So interesting that he does finally go back for that now. But Blackstar deep inside the enemy base doesn't get the Timber Chain away. Now Silenced Up will be controlled. Pays for that mistake with his life. Maybe? No! He's gonna get out! One last hit! The Timber Chain away! It's there, but the tower should finish him off. No! The blink! He's still alive in the grave from Yefets! Blackstar, the player, Timber Chain's away. He's fine. The Chakram will follow him, but the grave was still there, and now Exorcism out. They may be able to clean up Atliov off of this, but once again, this is an Exorcism being used for a solo support kill at this point. Now the Haunt is there. They're looking for more. Can they find Blackstar? They really want this guy, but he's just so elusive. Zima finally going to finish him off. And that's the dominating spree. They're going to get Yefets as well. But now top lane, Lifestealer pushing things in. So big 3 kills. They do finally get something out of that. A lot of gold going their way. A 3K swing. But now the Lion does get turned around on by Bestia. And he will just be able to scoot away. With that movement speed, Boots of Travel now online as well as the drums. So he's a speedy bugger and will get out. So 21-25 now your score. And things still very even. Dead 0 as far as gold. And 3K lead for UG, but still anyone's game at this point. And this Spectre is getting huge. He now has the Radiance as well as the Diffusal. He's very tanky. And they have not yet been able to deal with him too effectively. He's only died twice, despite all the damage coming out from the Timbersaw. And this Timbersaw is starting to fall further and further behind. He does have his Bloodstone now, but it's down to 6 charges because of his deaths. He's died 6 times. And the support Bounty Hunter is only 2K behind him as far as gold goes. And now TP. Are they going to smoke here under the Radiant Vision? This could be bad. No, they're not going to go for it. But the Radiant do know they're here. Do they look to engage? Looks like they're thinking about it. Just checking the Roche pit. This will be the next point of contention. Exorcism. What's the status there? Online in 3. Haunt available in 20. At which point, COG can look for another fight. They do lose their mid tower. Never mind. That was earlier. And now it's UG who are grouping up. Maybe looking for a smoke play. There is some really nice Dire vision here, though. Will they get spotted out? The Dire know exactly where they are. So this ward really doing a lot. And the fact that these trees are all down means that that ward is even more effective. Now, Didima forced back to defend his tier 3. Lifestealer's been doing some split pushing shenanigans, but the Haunt is up, so he can push out this lane and always come back if need be. But it doesn't look like COG they don't look like they're looking for the Roche just yet. They're going to take it slow, wait till they have a bit better map position. And finally, PYA transferring into another item. He's got another 3.4k gold. If he wants the BKB, he's getting quite close to being able to buy it straight up. And they do know exactly where the Radiant are. 4 heroes grouped up. Lifestealer off on his own farming. Has the boots of travel up in 6 seconds, so can come join the fray if need be. And PYA, the focus fire, they will be able to clean up the tier 2. We'll just back. So with that tower down, it's a lot harder for COG to take the engagements around the Roche Pit, as they don't have a way to quickly get backing heroes back into the area. And there's the BKB finish for PYA. That's a huge item pickup. Will prevent the Radiance damage, will prevent the slows and the control. All of her Spirit's kit nullified.
Double damage.
If they can win a big fight off of that 10-second BKB, they could take control of this game with an Aegis in their pocket. And look at Tadima, has gone for the level 2 Diffusal Blade. Also working on a Manta style. So this Spectre getting fat. Right now we've got a bit of a stalemate as neither side wanting to move too far away from this Roche Pit. Neither wanting to give it up, and someone didn't read the patch notes. You can't see in the pit with scan guys, but now here comes the play. They do find the Wind Ranger. She's thrown up in the air, and the Haunt comes out. Who they find first? Atliob in trouble, going to get brought down, controlled up by Aurora. Yafets will fall as well, and the roll away under the cover of the grave. He survives thanks to Yafets, but they find the Timbersaw, a much bigger kill. Can they get more here? He's still tracked up. They have vision. Do they have the range? Dagger available in 1 second, but he gets the TP out. Oh, it's canceled by the long-range Shuri toss. And now the Radiance burn damage is a little too far away. Can Tadima catch up? Another roll is available, but the slow is there from the Diffusal Blade. That's enough. And 3 heroes down. Another track kill. And now, well, they find the line in the backside. Saga gets that kill, but now just has to back. And, well, Exorcism down, but they may look for this tier 2. Actually, they don't have a creep wave. And top getting pushed in. Acro 3 is online, though. But this split push from the Wind Ranger as well as the Lifestealer is a real problem for crossover gaming here. They aren't able to get on enemy buildings. Exorcism has not been used on an enemy structure in the past, I don't know, 20 minutes it seems like. As they are constantly using it in fights away from enemy objectives. And, I mean, this means that COG, they're winning fights, they're doing well as far as net worth goes, but they're not able to transfer it into building advantage. And UG do have really good late game. They've got 3 good, solid cores. So, I mean, COG, they don't want to take this too long. Even though they've got a Spectre, if things go past 50 minutes, then really it's anyone's game. They've got great damage to deal with the Spectre. And a full Daedalus now complete on the Wind Ranger, so she's hitting like an absolute truck. Can go for a MKB next. And at that point, any hero caught by Shackle just dies, no matter what. So, well, Yafet's getting at the Roche, realizes they're not there. The Hawk will be sent in as well. This Lifestealer once again just pushing out the wave. A real split pushing build coming out from him. He's gone for the Assault Caress now, so they can take buildings really, really quickly with that combined with the Focus Fire. Now a Yule's Scepter from Timbersaw. Nice choice, a way of breaking the silence from the Death Prophet. And Yafets kicks forward, but Aoki spots him, gets the track down. And Atliob, gotta calm down with these cheeky plays, man. You're gonna get one of your team killed at some point. Into the Roche Pit. The Focus Fire a little too much, and the Dire are not prepared for this. They don't have vision control around the pit. They don't know what's happening, and if they do, it's going to be too late. They do take the Roche. Now Haunt comes out. They're not going to engage off this. They do find the Dazzle, and they could find potentially Bestia here too. If they can get him, this is worth the Haunt. But Exorcism blown as well. If Bestia gets away, this is disastrous. Nope, they find him with the Yules, and he gets the Roar out. He will be controlled up, brought down, Finger even committed. A big kill as he does not have buyback, but now it looks like they will clean up the Spectre at the same time on the backside. Spectre fighting alone, not with the rest of his team. And Exorcism may be enough to claim this tower. They do have a creep wave coming in. No glyph available for the Radiant. So they do finally get base damage out of winning a fight. But they will be forced back now. And the Aegis still online. It's on the Wind Ranger, so the Radiant save that. We'll have it up for the next fight.
Double damage.
And PYA, after the BKB, another 3.7k gold. What's he go for next? Potentially, I was going to say Heart, but Heart doesn't seem good against a Lifestealer. Maybe a Shiva's Guard. Yeah, that's the choice. So a nice way of cutting these strength melee cores. That's going to be really important, just to slow their attack speed and everything. Of course, it does go through BKB as well. And CGO is found, or one rather, he's managed to find his Nectar 3s as well as the Blink Dagger, getting close to the Boots of Travel. So he's finding what he needs. He can split push quite effectively as well. And top lane being pushed in, but UG will defend. And COG can't go over that. We'll just back off, split the map. Aoki now with the Guardian Greaves completed as well as a pipe. So really nice control against the magical damage of UG. And that means that this Lifestealer build will fall off. He has not gone for right click whatsoever. Only concession to that being the Assault Cuirass. And that means that with only the Wind Ranger, she does a lot of physical damage, but she's only one hero. And with the pipe up to control the damage from the other heroes, as well as the Guardian Greaves, it could be a little hard for UG to find the right click power in the late game here. On the other side of things, Spectre, she's got that full Manta style up now. Can potentially work on a Butterfly. Could be a nice choice here, although the Wind Ranger probably will build MKB eventually. Maybe just go for more tank. You could potentially go with Scotty, or even a Heart. You could finish off with your Abyssal Blade. Just got lots of options. And there's the Shiva's complete on PYA. So, continues to find progression. After that sketchy period where she died 3 times in a row, those are still her only deaths. So, she's come back into things quite nicely. Now, it looks like there will be a smoke play potentially. No, just grouping up for the fun of it. Staying together, sitting behind PYA. And there will be a smoke from UG though. I don't think that was in range. I don't think that ward saw them. And they do know where the Dire are. So they're going to head down now. The lines are being drawn. And can Aoki position himself to scout this out? He may pay for it with his life. But if he can scout this smoke, it would be huge. They do have dust. Do they? Actually, the smoke breaks. They've got the vision. Roar comes out on a Saga. He'll be controlled up almost immediately, but the damage from the Timber Saw, it's too much. They clean up 2 immediately, and now PYA doing his best with the BKB. He's actually surviving, but does finally go down. Aegis popped, but only the Atliop has died as well, and now Aoki caught out, going to be brought down. Yafet's with the Grave. They do lose 2, but it's a 4 for 2 trade. Aegis down as well. Didina into the tree, so he will survive. TP's out. But a really nice smoke coming out from UG. And they get a much-needed influx of gold and XP off the back of that. And at the same time, UG are in the base. Buybacks are being forced out because Bestia, he's just right to the tier 3 towers. Takes it down. Now going for the melee racks. I don't think they can stop him. They push back the Wind Ranger at least. But now Bestia, they don't have the control for him. He's going to take the melee racks. He can now just look to get out. I don't think he's got it, though. No more mana left thanks to Diffusal Blade. So he's going to fall. But the fact that he cleaned up the melee, he's going for Didima, won't find it. Gives up his life, but well worth it for a tier 3 and a melee racks to sacrifice your own life. And you just see there the power of the Timber Saw in that bot lane fight. When they're all grouped up like that, he does so much damage so quickly. And the Lifestealer bursting out as well. And you had Guardian Greaves, but PYA, the Spectre, they both need the fights to last for their damage to come out. If the fight's over quickly, then Exorcism and the Haunt don't have time to do their things. And now the catch-out Saga, this is a big kill. A track kill as well. That's a dominating spree going the way of the Beastmaster. And all of a sudden, he's got bots money. So really nice for him. And the line's being drawn towards mid lane. They want to force a buyback here. Exorcism is online. And Haunt, it's up in 5, so they have all the tools they need to take a fight. And they got 70-second window to get down a lane and force a buyback. Looks like they're not going for it, though. Dima pushing in top, but they're not really grouping up anywhere. I don't think they get anywhere in time to force the buyback. And if that's the case, then it's not really worth going for. Because you risk feeding, you risk dying too close to the enemy base, and getting brought down by buybacks. So they won't make the play. They'll just push out the waves, try and get some map control here. Get some nice aggressive vision down around the enemy secret shop. And maybe they do go for this tier 2. But Wind Ranger alive in 20. They got to be mindful of that. They spot out Bestia. Aoki scouts him. But they don't have a really reliable way of getting on top of him without the blink roar. And Beastmaster not prepared. And at this point, Union, surely they know that there's 5 heroes up here. Earth Spirit, TP's back. They're ready to take this engage potentially. But Crossover not going to force it. They'll just back out. And the tower taking some ship damage from the creeps, but nothing serious done. And they back off, not willing to take an engage without the Aegis. This probably does favor them in the end. Once again, the gold lead that UG had managed to find constantly brought down back to 0. As we're still dealing with an incredibly close game. XP even completely zeroed out now. And one of the closest games I've seen in these qualifiers at all, actually. As they are pinging the Death Prophet. There's another 1900 gold on top of that Shiva's Guard. What's the next choice? Potentially Assault Cuirass might not be bad. She needs the armor against the Lifestealer. Much more effective than HP. And they're looking for it. 5 hero smoke through the mid lane. But Crossover Gaming are wise to it. They don't get caught out. They'll hide inside their base. UG just looking to control the pit. But it's not up for some time yet. And there is a Beastmaster Boar in there keeping an eye on things. So smoke will fail. Nice awareness from COG. And now, thanks to the Boar, COG know exactly where Union are. No Roche. Not up for a while. But they can potentially look to make a smoke play of their own and head out onto the map. Really passive game from both teams at this point. Neither wanting to make a mistake. They will slowly push down this bot lane. And the line is being drawn for a wraparound. So it looks like the smoke will be there. They're going to come around from the backside. Now focus fire on the tier 3. And the fact that no one's defending this should tip the flag for UG that the rotation is coming. Now Finger will connect on Saga, but it doesn't do enough. There's no control on Crossover. Ghost Scepter's up. He will survive, it looks like, but PYA could be in trouble. Bestie is munching on him. And now the roar comes out. Atliop getting low. The stun will be there onto the Lifestealer, who's been controlled up. Going to be brought down. Atliop already down. They do find the Lion on the backside, but a couple of big kills, and he buys back. They want more. Blackstar gets the jump away, and on the top lane, Wind Ranger was going for a push onto the tier 3s. Does find it, but not going to get more. And now with those 2 heroes down, Tadima pushes out the mid, and they can get the lanes out. BYA looking for more, but with the exorcism ending, he doesn't have the damage, and in fact, he's got to be careful. Saga can go for the shackle, but no. See, one is here. He's got no roar, and no damage as a result. And so Wind Ranger will get away. But now, forcing out all these lanes, except for bottom, actually. It's pushing in quite nicely. They've got to go back and push that out. Otherwise, the Lifestealer can just potentially TP up there. They're pinging it, but they want this enemy base. Okay, finally, they will send Aoki back. They figure he's the one they can do without. They're going to go for the tier 2 top, it looks like. And well, actually, PYA backs off too. No exorcism. 4.2k gold. Tadima, with that heart now, he did go for the heart. Okay. That's fine. He's silenced up. Manta's out of it though, but the stun is there. The control from the shackle is going to be enough. Focus fire doing too much damage to him. Can he get away here? It looks like he's going to get magnetized up. The finger will clean up Atliab, but jump forward from Blackstar. This will be your Spectre falling. There's no way he gets out of this. And a big kill for the Radiant. They find G as well. He's going to fall. 3 heroes down. They only get the Earth Spirit. And that's a result of 2 heroes from COG not being there and them forcing the fight anyway.
Dyer's bottom barracks are under attack.
I mean, Lifestealer was in the grave, but he's not really their teamfight damage at this point. It's the Wind Ranger you have to be scared of.
Bottom towers fall. The barracks may be next.
And here comes the push. They want this lane of racks down. No buyback on any of these Dire heroes. This could just be game. They can take out mid and then rotate through to the bot lane. In fact, they're just going to go right for the bot lane. Beastmaster now finds money for buyback at the last second. Can they save their melee racks? The focus fires out. Saga blinks away. Blackstar on the high ground just bumping onto this melee racks, but they're attacking all 3 lanes. Lifestealer's in on the top, going for the melee, and they pop the exorcism, but there's no control for the exorcism to do its damage. They don't have catch, and Yafet's just going to walk away, it looks like. On the backside, they do find a roar onto Saga. Can they bring him down? It looks like they will. That's a big kill. 95 seconds, no buyback, but meanwhile on the top lane, Bestia has taken down the range racks, just going for the TP out. He rages. They don't have the control. Roar is down. Now, can they find Blackstar? No, he just blinks away. And death by 1,000 cuts for your Dire squad here. They find a big pick, but they lose a melee Rax in the top lane. They don't lose anything else, actually. So they only lose 1 Rax out of that. Not really the end of the world, actually. But you can just see it's so hard. Once PYA pops the Exorcism, they have no way of getting onto these heroes. Now X. Haunt is there. Who are they going to find? Atliab goes for the roll away. And Yafes just TP's out. Haunt expended for absolutely nothing. I don't know what that play was for Didima. Just maybe scouting? They can maybe get the Roche off this, but no exorcism. He does have a refresher, though. So 2 exorcisms, that's really huge. Didima, though, on the... Oh, attack Aoki. Tracks up Atliab. That's a good track to have. Kick into the pit. Will be run into by PYA. Okay. Silenced up now. They're out of the pit. Chakram doing too much damage. But now a jump forward, a nice down onto Atliab, but he's got the Lotus Orb. He will still fall, it looks like, due to the Soul Siphon damage, but Blackstar falling as well. And all of a sudden, 3 heroes down, thanks to that pickup. I don't know what they were planning engaging like that without their big right clicker. And a bit of miscommunication as the rest of the team does not go in. As a result, they give up 2 kills, including an important one on the Timbersaw. They're going to lose the Aegis. Yafet's walking very, very close, but he's just going to get turned around on. Stunned up, controlled. Is he going to get out? No. What was he thinking? What was the play there? Well, the play is make space for Bestia on the top lane. TPs are coming out, but no glyph is available. And can they clean him up? No, he's into a creep. And he's just going to jump away. Actually finds Aoki on the backside, but now do they have control for him on the backside? PYA almost falling. BKB survives on a sliver of HP, but the focus is on the buildings. They clean up the range racks, and now PYA walks back into them. He's going to get slowed down, brought down. No buyback. 94 seconds in the grave. That could be just game. As Bestia onto the buildings, and Saga focus fire onto the melee. It's down. And it looked like a feed train in the Roche pit for UG, but they were distracting. They were letting their big heroes get onto the buildings. The Didima now controlled up, gonna be brought down. He does have the Aegis, will be back, but can't deal with these heroes by himself as his ally does fall. 2 heroes down, no buyback, and he's back into things, but Haunt's out. The damage is just too much from the Lifestealer and the Timbersaw, and he's haunting back and forth trying to get out of it. Will be able to get away, but the base is in shambles. Mega creeps online. Some XDs coming out as a nice defensive play from the Spec, but it's not going to be enough to save his base. Now, they do have a Spectre. They do have a Death Prophet. Great heroes for defending against Megas, but I don't think they've got what it takes. I think this is more or less just GG, and Atliab running in circles around Aoki, spots him out, controls him up, brings him down. Those Blink Daggers doing absolute work for the Radiant side. And now a buyback from the Bounty. Can they defend 3v5? Didima, the damage from Blackstar, just a little too much finger. Will almost bring him down. The Radiance is burning him, but he's away. He gets out. Timber Chain's away. Now, can they clean up Atliab? The Shackle, though, onto Didima. They will claim the Earth Spirit, but now Saga, BKB pop. Can he get out of this? The Greaves are forced out. He's going to fall, and he's down. No buyback. Spectre has one, but they're on to the tier 4s. And Spectre is alone with just the Lion to back him up. Death Prophet up in 2, though, has Refresher Exorcism. That may be enough to turn the fight. She's got BKB as well. Grave onto Yafets. But here comes the Exorcism. Bestia controlling up to Dima. He's bought back for this. If he dies, this is game over. But no, stun up onto Bestia. He's controlled. Going to be brought down. It looks like the Hex is there, and he should fall. The silence to confirm it. And Exorcism will clean him up. He does have buyback, though. And the tier 4s have fallen. Now they may be able to clean up the Wind Ranger. The stun, the Exorcism doing too much damage, but Bestia is back into the fray. He's bought back. He's going on to 1, but do they have the damage? The Exorcism, it's doing so much now. Blackstar, Yule's in the air controlled. He will be going down. And a killing spree for Didima. Lifestealer survives on a sliver of HP. The rest of his team in the grave, but the Ancient is exposed. That was only one Exorcism committed. PYA has another one. And Didima doing a great job controlling the Mega Creeps. With that heart, with the Radiance, he is the hero that can do it. He's the hero they need. But Atliob goes for the Necro Book. They realize that all they have to do is just suicide for this building. And they can clean it up. The Focus Fire, all they need to do is pop Wind Run, pop BKB, and just go on this building. They can bring it down. Roche not up for 5, but the Cheese still on the deck. It's pinged out. Why didn't COG take that? And here it comes. The creep waves constantly pushing in. Didima, he's holding, but they can't get the creeps out of their base. And as a result, they just have to sit and wait while UG can respawn, prepare for the re-engage. Some defensive warding coming out. But the base completely under siege, completely exposed. A really nice ward from the Radiant, spotting out all of this movement. And they're hanging out for the Roche bit. They don't want to engage, but that's a long time. That's 5 minutes. Surely they're not just going to sit here. No, they're waiting for the Wind Ranger. She's up in 12. She's got Boots of Travel. And working on... Is that a Basher? Interesting choice. Okay. It will be a Basher. And here come the Boots of Travel. This is it. The last hold for COG. Can they defend their base? Atliob on the front lines with that Lotus Orb. And the Weave is there. Buffing up the armor. Exorcism can be forced. BKB used. Now comes out the Haunt, but it looks like they may clean up the Beastmaster before he can do anything. The Chakram doing way too much damage. He's trying to get away. He's used the Roar. Ghost Scepter online, so we will get out. And Wind Ranger falling very, very low to the damage here. Timbersaw as well, but they have not died yet, and they're focusing the buildings. But they do lose the Wind Ranger. No buyback on her. Yafet's forced back as well, but Lifestealer going on to the buildings. He's used up, though, controlled. Do they have the damage onto the building? It's getting quite low. Glyph is not available. They're desperately trying to do this, and it looks like they will. It does go down. UG claims it in the end. They are losing the fight, but they do have the damage to clean up the Ancient. And 39-48, your final score. COG with a much better performance than Game 1, but UG do take it 2-0, and they will not Crossover Gaming out of the qualifiers for Kings of Dota League Season 3. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been Sindar with your English coverage. Hope you've enjoyed the casting. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like. My Twitter handle's up there on the screen. And if you want more Kings of Dota action, you can check that out for when we're going live. Also, keep an eye on this channel, and we'll be back later on this week for more qualifier action. Thanks for watching, and have a good evening.
like ashes in the sky.